Is your spiritual journey frustrating? Is it pissing you off? Is it making you doubt everything? Well, if so, you're probably not alone, and it is a stage of the spiritual journey to feel really stuck, really frustrated, and really activated. So I want to help you through that, if I can, just a little bit, with a few basic truths. Number one, you are already spirit. It's not even special to already be spirit, because it's what everything is. We put spirituality on this big pedestal because that's part of the separation consciousness, where we separate ourselves from spirit, and then we wonder why we can't get back. So the only reason that spirituality seems so special, the only reason there's even a word called spirituality, is because of this vantage point of separation that we see things from. Number two, you are clinging to a false identity. And that follows right from number one. You're already spirit. Well, if you're already spirit and your identity is as a human that is different from spirit, then there you go. That's a false identity. You're hanging on to a false identity. And from the standpoint of your false identity, you're trying to get the real identity, which is spirit. But you're keeping the false identity primary. Like, how do I become more spiritual? Guess how you become more spiritual? You drop the separate self. You drop the sense of this I being separate from spirit. You upgrade your identity to spirit. Number three, separation from spirit is a gift. You aren't separate from spirit as a punishment. You are separate from spirit so that you can stand back and look at it. If you stand at the bottom of the Grand Canyon with your face up against the cliffside, you're right in the Grand Canyon. You are one with the Grand Canyon. But guess what? You don't really see the majesty of the Grand Canyon from that perspective. So, to really see the Grand Canyon, you got to get out of the canyon. Does that make sense? And when you step back from the Grand Canyon, you can see the majesty of the whole view. You can't see that when you're down at the bottom. So sometimes spirit likes to take a break from being spirit and step back and look at spirit as an outsider that's even trying to find spirit. It's funny to spirit. You're trying to find what you already are. And number four, the universe has your back. Why? Because you're already spirit. How could it not have your back? The reason that you came into form and into separation consciousness was to test yourself, to evolve, to have other experiences. Some people like to sometimes not have to be driving. Some people like to be in the back seat where they can sleep. Okay, the thing is, the universe is what you really are. Spirit is what you really are. There's literally no force in the universe outside of what you manifest yourself that is opposed to you. Now, things are opposed to your ego. Things are opposed to your body. But nothing is opposed to your true spiritual self. One great way to come into this awareness of what you really are is to do past life regression. That's something that I find brings people right to the core of their spiritual truth faster than most other things. There are other things that will do it, but the fact is you don't need to even look for things that will do it, theoretically, because you already are it. Feel yourself as spirit, at least for a few minutes every day. See what happens. Spirit doesn't really care that much if you realize these things in your lifetime. That's you that cares about it. And by seeking spirit, sometimes you're actually pushing it away. You already are it. Feel that for a moment and then let it go. Because you don't need to dwell on it. You don't need to try. And when you get that frustration of feeling separate from spirit, just feel that spirit has your back, it's with you, and there is no problem.